Greetings, everyone. I'm Eric with Your Essential Practice. This week's Divinely Guided Rune reading, we have a huge new moon, the Virgo season starting, a whole bunch of other aspects. So please check out that description box down below for all your astrological information. Now let's get into this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading. Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. Let's jump right on in and get your energetic rune for the past. Right away, we have Othala. This is legacy work, really mastering what is transitory and what is perpetual, differentiating the two, focusing on what foundation you are building from. This is about legacy, inheritance, income. You could have had a windfall recently, like an inheritance left behind to you or something like that. But please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Either way, this is a focus on like the home and the foundation and where your stability lies. Now, you could have been challenged with that aspect or blessed in that aspect in the past. Now, please, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Let me know in the comments below how this rune reading all works out for you, please. Now, in the energetic now, we have Berkana, the divine aspect. It's like a divine feminine aspect, but this is more familial nurturing, but this is also beginnings and divine blessings. This is the birch goddess's rune, Berkana. So with this beginning and this foundation, it's like you use this foundation as your new beginning, your launching pad. And when I said like home matters too, this could be a familial nurturing situation here for you too, like a mother's love, evolution of nourishment. When we grow up, our mother's love to us always adapts and changes with that, so it evolves along with us. That's what this is about, the evolution of nourishment as well with whatever is begun and knowing how to begin a lot of things. This is a lot like the Empress card in the tarot, so that's also very closely right along with the birch goddess. This is very much strongly correlated with divine feminine energy and creating and nourishing. So this is like a beautiful balanced place to begin at. So you could have been really working on that like personal grounding and foundational type of work. Beautiful stuff. Look at their near future. You finally get to take some action. You have this beautiful beginning and nurturing here where you get to take that decisive action in your future. Now, Theresos is like Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. Now, the hammer can build, destroy, or it can protect, but Mjolnir, that Thor's hammer is lightning quick and it's just, and it always hits its mark. So it is very wise to be very thorough in your thinking of what this action, this thorough action needs to be in your future. Remember, it can build, destroy, or protect. The choice is always up to you. It rarely can do all three, but it is possible. Now let's look at your energetic influence for right now. Surrendering to divine flow. This rune is Radho. Radho is indicative of a change of house, spouse, or career. And why I say that is because Radho is like when we're surrendering to divine flow, that means we're no longer resonating with stagnant frequencies. We're in flow with the changing frequencies. So when we're in stagnant or discordant frequencies, we're going to remove ourselves from that environment. Now, the rune is grounding energy, but always has one leg forward, now ready to just step along with divine flow. So that's the influence that you're in right now, being in the now, surrendering to flow, not being so rigid maybe, but getting the ability to like nurture yourself and be able to be recognizing and nurturing yourself in the present moment. And that's really beautiful. So what's your advice right now? Your advice is along with Algiz. Algiz is the elk rune. the elk rune is very grounding energy. Again, with the lines going straight down from the rune, that's always very grounding energy. And here you have the antlers of the elk rune that are your divine defense, built-in divine defense, and your built-in divine protection and connection. So this is protection energy, I believe. This could be in your future. Defensive, protection energy. Very grounding. It could be building energy too, increasing your faith, increasing your awareness and your abundance. But this nurturing energy and the surrendering to divine flow is increasing your faith, right? As you move forward and you surrender to flow and you take these grounded steps in step with divine and this beautiful beginning, this nurturing energy that you are nurturing yourself, others along your path, divinely guided and protected you are, and you are just to be in the knowing that you are this majestic elk out in the woods with really no predators, and you're confident that you can defend anything thrown your way, and that you can build alongside this energy, whatever this divine guidance. And I really do think this is building in the future. But let's see what your outcome for this whole energy is. Yeah, right now, just be in your faith. Be in your secure knowing. Your foundation carries through into that as well. Yeah. Okay. So we have Hagalaz, the hail rune, in the outcome. So when you're doing that, when you're focusing on your divine work and you're blessing and nourishing and remaining in divine flow, you're going to step away. You're going to have other discordant energies that are going to be removed from your life. Staying grounded and letting the storm pass is exactly what you need to be doing. So Hagalaz is a lot like that Tower card in tarot, but it's hail. Natural disaster. It's not an if, it's a when kind of thing, because you've been rebuilding your foundation, and you've been nurturing it and being in divine flow in your defensiveness, or not even defensiveness, but divine faith, your grounded guidance. Whatever doesn't resonate gets to be removed. This happens for you, not to you. All right. When you look at this as happening to you, then that's when the ego gets involved, and that's when this becomes like reactive energy rather than grounded, faith-based energy for your legacy. Okay. Now, we have thousands of these in our lives, and we only recognize a handful of them. So it's when you're recognizing it is happening for you that you get to flip the script on what all that programming has taught you, right? And you get to see this as a blessing in disguise, right? The silver lining and stuff, and you get to build your new tower in the future. You're focusing and being vigilant, protecting your foundation right now, remaining in divine flow. Yeah, let these other baddies just bounce right off. Don't even really focus on this too much happening, but this gets to happen. Divine just wants you to know that, hey, I'm removing those things from your life. That natural disaster is coming. So definitely be prepared for it, right? Nurture yourself, be prepared for it, but you'll be able to remain grounded throughout the whole thing. And those things will get removed from your life, and you get blessed with that thorough beginning of that new energy, that action into your future. That is so beautiful. Okay, let's get a card of clarity from the Soul's Journey Oracle deck. These messages are divinely guided from source, straight to your spirit, straight to your soul. So divine, please show us clearly, what message of clarity does Sagittarius need to hear for this divinely guided rune reading? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sagittarius, you are having the card of service. It says, I feel good when I can help others. Yeah, when you are in your divine aspects of service, you are definitely working on leaving behind a good legacy. You are building up some good karma too. Why not? You are nurturing others and yourself. Uh, it increases your faith and awareness and remaining in divine flow. Uh, it's weird, but you are. So let's read about that card of service. Again, it says, I feel good when I can help others. Sagittarius, one of the most evolved gifts that a soul possesses is giving of itself. There's a reason why it feels good to give, and it's because your soul resonates with that vibration. Your soul should be aware that it might currently be in a situation in which it needs to be fulfilled on higher levels. And this can only happen through the attribute of humbly serving and supporting others. Put yourself in the position in which you can benefit another soul in any way possible and demonstrate unconditional love towards others. Now, Sagittarius, this might mean bringing yourself into your heart space and letting everything you involve yourself in come from an attitude of giving freely. You have to learn to direct your green heart light energy through all your thoughts, actions, and deeds. Look around and see how you can serve another. Perhaps one way would be asking a friend if you can help clean up his or her office or run errands. Maybe volunteer to watch your neighbor's kids so the parents can have a night out. And Sagittarius, you could also make a meal for someone who might be sick, volunteer in a hospital or hospice, or perform an activity that enriches someone else's life. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.